Would you like the exact plan of how to get a calm classroom every single morning? Or would you like to know exactly how we have had a calm classroom for the last 15 years? If you would like a plan for the calm classroom every single morning, then you are in the right place. I'm Danielle Douglas. Welcome to Let's Talk Behaviour, where we make behaviour management easy for you using neuroscience. We are now in 87 countries across the world, and our behaviour planner was Education Book of the Year 2025 finalist. If you like this video and find this video interesting, you may also like this one, where we talk you through the exact process of how to get children to behave. We also have hundreds of free behaviour resources, so grab them as well. So if you are ready to talk about how to get a calm classroom every single morning, grab your coffee and your notebook and let's get into it. The first thing I would like you to do is imagine your classroom. How is it going to look, sound and feel when those children are doing those calm behaviour cues every single morning? I want you to think about that calm morning behaviour and what that is going to do for you and your children for the rest of the day. Okay, now you've got that in your minds, we are going to talk through the exact process of how to get a calm classroom every morning. The first thing that you need to do is you need to greet the children at the door. Now, I know sometimes that you are busy and sometimes it feels like the last thing that you would like to do. I often did alternate days with my teaching assistant, but this part is the most important. When we are greeting our children at the door, we can set the volume expectation straight away. We can also set the behaviour expectation as soon as the children get to you and get to the door. Now, I don't know about you in your classrooms, but before this, our children would come in screaming about the weather and talking about how windy it was or what was happening at the bus stop. So by greeting the children at the door, we were able to lower the volume expectation and remind the children of the behaviour expectation before they even went into the classroom. This made a huge difference to that entrance volume and entrance behaviour. Research also shows that children who feel valued are much less likely to display negative behaviours. So greeting the children at the door with a smile and a whisper reminder of the volume and behaviour expectations makes a huge difference to a calm morning. Now, how we taught the exact process of the children coming in through the door is we would talk them through exactly how the behaviours were going to look, sound and feel. We would talk them through the exact process of what was going to happen when the children came through the door. And we did this on the first few days and it did take a little bit of time. However, it is worth it. Set and teach the behaviour expectations, the look, sound and feel, be as precise as possible and use the Teach to Change Behaviour Model to help you. For the first few days, it might look like this. When we come into the classroom, it looks like this. So our bodies are calm, our mouths are calm. You may also tell them about what it sounds like. So when we come in, we have our calm voices or our whisper voices, depending on what volume expectations you've taught for the children. We also talk about what you would like to see. So when you come in, it will look like this, it will sound like this, and for you, it will feel like this. Just like when you are learning to drive, you need to think about the exact process that you are going to teach the children of what they're going to do. Make it as specific as possible, such as taking off their coat, changing their shoes. That will look like this. You will do this. We put them away like this. We teach all of our behaviours and behaviour cues using something called the power of 3. We also use visuals because, as we know, children struggle to process verbal information. So we use the visual information to help children process that information into the long-term memory. By using visuals, we tap into something called the dual processing theory, which makes it much more easy for the children to understand and remember the information that you are trying to tell them. For each behaviour cue when the children are coming into the classroom, we use task management strips, and this breaks every step down into 3 simple actions that you would like the children to do. This is linked to the Forgetting Curve by Ebbinghaus, which talks about how children forget 50% of all information within an hour. So we help children understand and remember the information for as long as possible. Okay, so we've met the children at the door, we've reminded them of the volume and behaviour expectation, we've talked them through the exact process of coming into the classroom, what that looks, sounds and feels like. They have done their morning actions, so they've put away their coats, they have hung up their jumpers, they have put their lunch boxes away. Now what are they going to do? We would always have a task ready for the children to come into in the classroom. There is nothing worse than the children coming into the classroom and there being nothing set for them or nothing for them to do. This is when the behaviours occur, because when you are thinking about the tasks that you would like the children to do, make sure that the task is easily accessible, that the children can get on with the task independently and they're not always asking for help. We also give tasks that means that the children can get on with them without having to talk to their partner for reassurance or without having to get our attention. For our morning tasks, we often do things like worksheets. We were in year 4, so we're always preparing for our times table checks. So we would have times table activities out on the tables as well. We never used silent reading because when you look around, the children are either talking, their books upside down, they're distracted from people coming in. Silent reading as a morning task never worked and always caused more behaviours than before. Choose something that the children can do independently and doesn't cause any overwhelm or doubt, because that's when those behaviours can start to creep in. If you are wanting a calm morning and calm morning routine, you have to teach volume levels. Now, I get so many messages about this, and schools often ask the question of how we teach volume levels. We use the Teach to Change Behaviour Model to teach volume levels, and within our classroom we have around 4 behaviour volumes that we teach. Now it depends on your classroom on how many volumes you would like, but we have whisper, partner talk, normal talking voice, and then outside shouty excited voice. One thing that we also do is make sure that the volumes are also met by the adults. We've worked with classes and classrooms where the children are using their quiet volume talking voices. However, we've got adults shouting and talking across the classroom. You need to have everybody in that classroom on the exact same volume level and volume cues. Sometimes that can be difficult and you do need to learn how to get all of the adults on board, but once they are on board, it will make a huge difference. Also, when teaching volume, I need you to think about how you talk to the children. So we've worked with schools recently and they couldn't understand why the children weren't getting the volume levels. However, the teachers within the classrooms were excited and loud and shouting, which is great and has its place. However, children mirror behaviours and they also mirror volume. So if you are at the front shouting and talking really quickly or going through different volume levels, the children are going to copy. So just have a little think about when you are wanting the children to be silent or use whisper talk, then you are also mirroring that volume level. If we want to teach volume levels, remember the forgetting curve by Ebbinghaus and the dual processing theory, we need to have visuals. Now, visual cards of these works really well. We also have schools that pop them up near the board and they point to or signify which volume level that they would like the children to use. Our volume level within the classroom for the last 15 years has been calm, and this has been carried out throughout the day, and our classroom has always been very calm, and we remind the children we are on calm volume level. Okay, so we've met the children at the door, we've spoke them through and walked them through the exact process that we would like to see when they come into the classroom. We have taught them volume levels. We have also got our morning task ready. The next thing that we are going to do is use positive reinforcement to reinforce all of the behaviour cues that we have learnt for our calm morning routine. When we are trying to have a calm morning, we will also use calm positive reinforcement methods. And this might be things like smiley faces, smiles, thumbs up. We might have a visual card to show that the children are doing really well, or we might whisper it. If you knew positivity and the impact of positivity on a child's brain, you would be the most positive person on earth. The hormone response in the child's brain and within their body is remarkable. How many times within your calm morning routine are you using positive reinforcement to reinforce those effortful behaviours? Next time you're at school and you are wanting or practicing your calm morning routine, keep a tally of exactly how many positive reinforcement tools and techniques that you use. Okay, so we've met the child at the door, we've brought them into the classroom, we've spoke them through the step-by-step process, we've got them a calm morning job, we've used our positive reinforcement. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to use a calm attention getter or a calm attention stopper. Now, we see teachers and schools all of the time that want a calm morning routine. However, when they go to get the children together and to stop them to do the register or to tell them some sort of information, they want the behaviour to remain calm. However, they sing or shout or dance. If you want a calm morning routine, calm behaviours, our attention getter also needs to be calm. Now, our attention getters that we use within our schools and our teachers does not require a call or response, because we found that when we use a call or response, you are getting children to respond, which means you're getting the children to talk or interact. And that's not what we are wanting them to do. So think about using a calm attention getter to bring your children together in the most calm way as possible. We teach the calm attention getter using our Teach to Change Behaviour Model. So these are the exact steps that we have used to get a calm classroom and a calm morning routine for the last 15 years. If you would like to know any more information or you've got any questions, then let us know. I'm Danielle Douglas. Let's talk behaviour.